Hello everybody, my name is Moses and I'm here to show you how to do number 18 and 19 of Algebra 1 Integrated 1 release form packet. Now for 18 it's asking which equation finds m given e and c, and the equation given to you is e equals mc squared. So what we're going to be finding is the m. So from the equation e equals mc squared, we're going to be finding this variable. Now, since m and c are being multiplied by each other, in order to get m by itself, you're going to take this variable here, this total c squared, you're going to move it over to this area, to the e part of the equation. Now, in order to do that, because these are being multiplied, you're going to have to divide. So, you'll end up having e divided by c squared equals m. Now, if you look at the possible choices for your answer, you'll see that D is the correct answer for number 18. Now let me quickly review what we did. We set up the equation E equals mc squared. Now we notice that m and c aren't being multiplied together. In order to get the m by itself, you had to divide the c squared onto the other end. And once you did that, you ended up with this, and that made D your answer. Now let's move over to 19. Suppose that the equation v equals 20.8x squared minus 458.3x plus 3500 represents the value of a car from 1964 to 2002. What year did the car have the least value? Okay, so once we finish reading the problem, you have to notice that here they give you information that tells you that x equals 0 when it's 1964. So that changes how you're going to be doing this problem. Now the easiest way I would believe to do this problem is to use your graphing calculator, put the equation of v, of what the car represents, into the y equals of your calculator, and then graph it. Now when you look at the graph, you're going to be looking at something similar to this, and then it's going to have a line that tells you, or that shows you the values of it. In that line, you're going to have the x values on the bottom, you're going to have the y values on this side, then the x's are right here. Now you must remember, since x equals 0 in 1964, that makes 1965 1, 1970 6, 1975 11, and 1980 16. Now when you look at your graph, you're going to be noticing at the bottom that it's not saying 1965. You have to remember that 1965 is 1. So when the graph is lowest at whichever point, you will notice that that is the actual answer. And for this particular problem, you'll notice that the lowest point is in 1975, which makes C the correct answer. Now let's quickly review what we did here. We read the problem and we noticed that x equals 0 in 1964. Now once we solved that, we went to the answers and wrote what they would be in the x, or what x value they would actually represent when you graph it. Next, you went to your equation and then you put that in your y equals in your graphing calculator. Once you've done that, you went to the graphing of your graphing calculator and you looked at the graph. Now the graph, and once you're in the graph, you'll notice that the least point would have been around 1975 out of all the possible choices that they gave you. And that's how you get C as your final answer.